I really don't care what Amber says at all. I don't care. Everybody, they tiptoe around with this social media, but what y'all don't get is that it be real consequence for y'all little flexes, y'all quick flexes for $300 that you need. It be consequence.
Stop scrolling, because what began as a quiet new chapter for Teyana Taylor has now spiraled into full-blown chaos, and fans are saying Iman Shumpert is officially crashing out. The internet is buzzing with claims, reactions, and non-stop speculation, with many insisting that his emotions boiled over the moment news broke about Teyana dating Pierre. What was once praised as peaceful, mature co-parenting has allegedly turned tense, messy and explosive, and now the one word nobody ever wants to hear is being thrown around everywhere: custody. For months after their split, Teyana and Iman were held up as the rare example of celebrity exes who got it right. There were no public drag sessions, no bitter rants, no messy interviews, and no embarrassing social media moments. Instead, there was a quiet separation, mutual respect, and a shared focus on raising their daughter. Fans applauded the maturity and said, "This is how grown people move," and for a while that narrative stuck. They appeared calm, collected, and emotionally evolved, at least on the surface. But calm can crack the moment unresolved feelings get triggered, and everything reportedly shifted when Pierre entered the picture. At first, it was just whispers, subtle sightings, industry chatter, fans connecting dots and running wild with theories, but then came the edits. The slow-motion clips, the romantic music, the glowing captions calling it a glow-up, an upgrade, a fresh start. The internet did what it always does, turning curiosity into comparison. And suddenly, Pierre wasn't just a new man in Teyana's life. He was being placed directly next to Iman Shumpert in nearly every conversation. That's when things reportedly became uncomfortable. Because the comparisons weren't light or playful, they were sharp, personal, and to many, disrespectful. Fans began rewriting history, acting as though Iman had never been part of Teyana's success, never a supportive partner, and never a present father in their child's life, with posts implying Aaron was everything Iman wasn't. And while Teyana never directly said any of this, her silence allowed the narrative to grow, and according to fans watching closely, Iman noticed. That's when people say he crashed out, not with one dramatic post or a public rant, but through a series of subtle emotional reactions that fans quickly pieced together: alleged unfollows, cryptic captions, deleted posts, and noticeable shifts in energy. People close to the situation claim and felt publicly embarrassed, not just as an ex-husband, but as a father being reduced to a punchline while another man was praised in his place. And for someone who had stayed quiet for so long, the pressure reportedly became too much. Online speculation suggests the comparisons hurt more than the dating itself because moving on is expected, but public humiliation is not. And fans believe conversations behind the scenes between Iman and Teyana allegedly became tense as emotions flared. Co-parenting communication, once smooth and respectful, may have started to break down. And when that happens, things can turn ugly very fast. Soon, blogs began hinting at disagreements over schedules, boundaries, and parenting decisions, and while nothing has been confirmed, there was enough smoke to send the internet into a frenzy, especially when the custody rumors exploded. Once that word hit timelines, the tone shifted completely. Because this was no longer celebrity dating gossip, it was about a child. Fans began speculating whether Iman was considering legal steps or at least threatening them, while others believed he was reacting emotionally, trying to regain a sense of control in a situation where he felt powerless. Either way, the idea that custody could even be on the table sent shockwaves through the fanbase, and people quickly picked sides. Team Iman argued that he was being pushed to his limits, saying that watching the internet disrespect you while you stay silent can break anyone, and that if he's reacting now, it's because he's protecting his child from chaos and public spectacle. They pointed out that fathers are often villainized for expressing emotion, especially when their ex moves on publicly, and to them, this wasn't crashing out, it was a human reaction. Team Teyana saw it completely differently, arguing that she has every right to date, that she doesn't control the internet, and that comparing men is what fans do, not her responsibility. They accused Iman of projecting his hurt onto co-parenting, letting jealousy cloud his judgment, and escalating something that should have stayed private, with many saying that dragging custody into emotional conflict crosses a line that can traumatize a child. Caught in the middle of all this is Pierre, a man who, by most accounts, didn't sign up for this level of chaos. And fans began questioning his role, wondering if he's aware of the backlash, if he's pulling back privately, or if he's standing firm while the storm rages around him. His silence has only added fuel to the fire, with some calling it classy and others calling it suspicious, because in celebrity drama, silence never goes unnoticed, it just gets interpreted. Meanwhile, every move Iman makes is being watched like evidence in a trial where a gym selfie isn't just a workout photo anymore. It's a statement, the song playing in the background feels intentional, and a short caption turns into a coded message. Nothing is neutral, nothing is accidental, and the internet has decided that Iman is speaking without speaking, with people reading between lines that might not even exist. Some fans believe he's spiraling, unraveling under pressure after months of silence, while others argue this is the calm before the storm, the moment he stops protecting feelings and starts protecting himself. As speculation grows, so does the narrative that Iman isn't just hurt. He's finished playing nice, finished being the quiet ex, and finished letting others control the story while he absorbs the blame. Fans point out how different his energy feels now, colder, sharper, less forgiving, and say his silence is no longer weakness. But restraint, and restraint, when it breaks, is dangerous. What makes the situation even more intense is how quickly public opinion flips, as the same people who dragged him months ago are now questioning everything, wondering if he was protecting someone else's image the entire time. People are rewatching old interviews and clips that didn't make sense before but suddenly feel different now. And instead of looking insecure, Iman now looks exhausted, not jealous, but fed up. And that's what scares people most, because when someone reaches that point, they don't rant, beg, or explain, they detach, and detachment is louder than any argument. Fans are waiting for the moment he finally speaks clearly, not emotionally or angrily, because if he does, many believe it won't be messy. It'll be precise, calculated, and impossible to ignore. Right now, he doesn't even need to say anything, because the internet is doing it for him, stitching every post, look, and song choice into a narrative whether he likes it or not. The biggest question people are asking isn't if he's upset anymore, but whether his side of the story, once told, will change everything. Iman, once heavily criticized during the marriage, is now gaining sympathy, with fans saying he's being humiliated in real time, that he kept things private while others benefited from public praise, and that watching your replacement be celebrated online can break even the strongest ego. Meanwhile, Teyana, once protected at all costs, is now being questioned, not for dating, but for how the aftermath is unfolding, and through it all, the biggest concern fans keep raising is the child. Because while adults trade narratives online, a child lives with the consequences offline. Fans are begging both sides to keep things private, reminding everyone that custody is not a threat, leverage, or a chess move to win sympathy, but a responsibility, and once that conversation goes public, it never closes quietly. It pulls children, lawyers, opinions, and egos into something that should have stayed protected. And while there are no confirmed court filings or official statements, the damage already feels done. Trust appears cracked, emotions are exposed, and the internet has turned a private family situation into a public battlefield where everyone thinks they're right, with fans picking sides like it's a sport and comment sections filled with people projecting their own trauma and bitterness. Now everyone is holding their breath, waiting to see if Iman finally breaks his silence, if Teyana addresses the custody rumors head-on or lets them fade, and whether cooler heads prevail or this spirals into something irreversible, because once custody enters the conversation, there is no undo button, and whatever happens next won't just define headlines, it will define lives.